Welcome to this session. Our subject is Energy Conservation and Management. Myself, Anirban Sarkar, Assistant Professor, JIS College of Engineering, Kollam. In last session, we have discussed about that various performance parameter and the various maintenance and various fuel systems and various design stages of an gas turbine system. Today in this session we will discuss the cogeneration with reciprocating steam engine in details. So first of all, what is a reciprocating engine? We need to be addressed. The reciprocating engine based cogeneration has made inroads in our country with introduction of large size engine fired with fuel oil, light diesel oil, or natural gas as well. The factor considered for choosing for reciprocating engine for different applications are reliability, quick start and stop, low environmental impact, and possibility of energy savings through utilization of waste heat. During of preventive maintenance would be comparatively less, and that in case of gas turbine and steam turbine. Besides power generation, reciprocating engines are used generally to meet emergency needs as prime mover for process equipment such as pumps, fans, blower, etc. Still, the reciprocating engine have been considered as standby emergency power supply equipment in most of industry. However, the trend is slowly changing to install and operate such plant as base load stations. The plant in need for more energy in the form of electric power along with moderate need of energy in the form of heat. That is where power to heat ratio is more than 1. In this case, the reciprocating engine based cogeneration is an ideal solution to optimize the cogeneration system for energy savings, as the electrical efficiency of reciprocating engine generator is more than that of gas turbine generator. Beside this, the plant having frequent process load fluctuation, the reciprocating engine offers a good performance as the drop in efficiency at reduced load running is not significant. The reciprocating engine is also good choice for plant having frequent processes load function, as the heat rate of the reciprocating engine is not significantly affected the lower side when it is operated at lesser load than its rated capacity, though an ideal situation for this system is constant power as well as heat load to achieve the best performance, as reduction in availability of waste heat would be more in proportion to the reduction of power load. Reciprocating engine embody mature technology and have proven themselves for varied application, standby power, baseload power, or peaking power. The readily tolerate intermediate start stop duty and maintain good performance under variable cyclic loads. Additionally, the engine remains compliant with air quality regulation at a wide variety of altitude and ambient temperature. The reciprocating engine based cogeneration plant consists of reciprocating engine generator and hot water generator or waste heat recovery boiler of unified, supplementary fired or fully fired type, or absorption chiller attached to it. The reciprocating engine is fired with conventional fuel such as natural gas, high speed diesel, light diesel oil, fuel oil, etc. The waste heat available in exhaust flue gases is recovered in waste heat recovery boiler to generate steam, or in hot water generation, or in absorption chiller to get refrigeration effect. Now the reciprocating engine, performance of reciprocating engine is expressed in terms of heat rate, which is the quantity of heat in British thermal unit kilojoule or kilocalorie required to generate 1 kilowatt hour of electric power. It is also expressed in terms of specific fuel consumptions, which is quantity of fuel consumed in grams per bhp, that is brake horsepower per hour, or that is lbs, that is in per bhp per hour, that is pound per bhp per hour. lbs means pound. Performance of reciprocating engine would greatly depend on the ambient air condition, fuel quality, cooling water supply, site altitude, quality of lubrication oil, and super turbocharger. Reciprocating engine in industry operates under a variety of conditions. The range from low speed at low steady outputs through the more highly rated engine which variable outputs. Practice for optimizing reciprocating engine. The following points are there, that is at operating stage. Under this stage, that is first point is best operating mode, power or heat operated, depending on total power load of the industry. Number of reciprocating engines are arranged on one line so that one or more engines can be operated according to demand of power. With such philosophy of operation, it is possible to run the reciprocating engines close to the rated capacity so as to achieve optimum specific fuel consumption or heat rate. Such method of operation would avoid running of engine under capacity to extent feasibly, which otherwise would result into higher heat rate. Normal operating state, the reciprocating engine of small capacity to large capacities are available. It would be better to avoid small capacity engine except for emergency standby source of power, as they offer almost no potential for heat recovery, so as to operate in real cogeneration mode. However, the principal factor for selection of size would be power to heat ratio, as explained elsewhere in the manual. Following points are worth nothing for efficient and travel-free operation of the engine. The following points are need to be remembered. The operating temperature of the engine should be maintained within the normal limits specified by the manufacturer. The oil temperature is normally maintained between 65 to 70 degrees centigrade. Prolonged overload condition of the engine should always be avoided. Unbalanced load condition should be limited so that rated current is not exceed in any phase of the generator. It is desirable to provide suitable flywheel inertia to limit the cycle irregularities. It is desirable to maintain engine speed at normal level. Sudden load imposition or shedding may abruptly change the speed and may damage some moving parts. Do not allow exhaust temperature to go above 430 degrees centigrade by preventing overloading and restricting air supply to improve the fuel efficiency. Cooling water pH should be maintained between 7 to 8 to avoid corrosion and scaling. And try to run the large rated engines as more than 50% and small rated engine at 60% of their rating to have better performance. Now, control for reciprocating engine. Control in the reciprocating engine can be achieved through amount of fuel injection into the combustion chamber of the engine. The governing system for the reciprocating engine should be very precise and extremely reliable, and hence it is always microprocessor based computerized version. Monitoring of reciprocating engine. Continuous or online monitoring of following parameters would be vital to avoid fall in the reciprocating engine performance. Monitoring of fuel flow, pressure and temperature. Monitoring of exhaust flue gas temperature is must in order to monitor the performance of waste heat recovery system. Monitoring of bearing vibration of engine and generator must be carried out using suitable microprocessor based instrumentations. Monitoring of pressure and temperature of lube oil sent to engine cylinder, crankshaft bearing lubrication is important. Generally, lube oil is replaced between 250 to 500 hours of working or as specified by the manufacturer in accordance with specific engine requirements. And monitoring of inlet air temperature and pressure is important, as higher the ambient air temperature, lower would be the power output from the reciprocating engine or vice versa. Now, at maintenance stage, generally periodic preventive maintenance of reciprocating engine is carried out as follows. Major point of maintenance to be attended is replacement of lubrication oil on condition basis, and not only on basis of norms of running hours prescribed by the manufacturer. Field oil testing kits may be used for testing to support the decision whether to change the oil. Specific discussion is provided in succeeding paragraphs in the view of importance of lubrication system for consistent performance of engine, which may be considered to correctly understand the importance of this point. Avoid over lubrication to prevent deposit in the engine and on the turbo generator blades. Thorough inspection of reciprocating engine component like cylinder, piston rings, injector, valves, bearing, etc. for clogged parts, excessive wear, pitting marks may be carried out, and overhauling may be resorted to after running hours prescribed by the manufacturer. Check compression pressure regularly where such provisions are made. Periodic cleaning, replacement of air filter, fuel filter, etc. is very important for desired performance of the engine. Leakage of fuel and lube oil, minor or major, are to be avoided at all costs, as they are largely a major factor for higher fuel and lube oil consumption. The heat exchangers for lube oil and engine jackets cooling water may be cleaned at an interval of around 500 hours depending on water quality. The specific practice for reciprocating engine performance. Following specific points are required due to attention in order to optimize, maintain, or improve the performance of reciprocating engine generator. These are the factors relevant to design, operation, and maintenance of engine. If considered at various stages are required, they play instrumental role in enhance of performance. At design and installation stage, first point, specific fuel consumption of engine varies with the change in ambient air temperature and pressure. Ambient air pressure changes are related to the site altitude, hence it is important to consider highly reliable site data as design basis to decide engine rating correctly. The data for various corrections factor is available for supercharged and non-supercharged engine from engine manufacturers. Two-stroke engine may be provided with extra long stroke for fuel economy. It is preferable to get the engine with advanced digital electronics control for air fuel ratio, which marked improves the gas fired engine performance. The reciprocating engines provides with radiator and engine driven cooling fan. About 7 to 10% loss of engine BHP is found. Hence, such designers may be selected whether there is a storage of cooling water supply. The engine exhaust system should be designed for proper fuel and engine efficiency so that exhaust back pressure is within permissible limits and is not exceeded. The exhaust pipeline should have minimum number of smooth blends. Higher the permitted back pressure results into adverse effect on the scavenging of the engine, and there would be less oxygen in the cylinder during the subsequent compression stroke. The mechanical efficiency will reduce due to higher exhaust piping loss and will increase the specific fuel consumption. The engine rooms heat up during running of generator sets due to heat radiation from the engine, generators, exhaust pipelines, and hot air from the radiator fans. Increase in ambient temperature results in hot air inside the room, which increases the fuel consumption due to decrease in the air fuel ratio. As the mixture becomes richer, there is drop in fuel efficiency. It is therefore very essential that the engine room is provided with effective ventilation so that hot air is continuously removed by circulation of cooling air. provision of roof ventilators or wall mounted exhaust fans on upper side can be considered. As much of radiated heat from the exhaust pipeline and manifolds, use of some type of insulation lagging on this component reduce the heat radiated into the room ambient. And please remember that the increase in intake air temperature from 25 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade results in decreases in air fuel ratio by about 5%. And specific fuel consumption may increase in the range of 0.5 to 2% depending on engine design. Engine lubrication practice, which is very important in case of reciprocating engine. Principal function of engine oil or lubrication is to lubricate various moving parts of the engine to reduce friction and wear and to provide smooth and travel-free performance for increased length of time at site condition. Besides reducing friction, the engine oil has other functions to keep the engine clean by sweeping away metal wear particles from fine clearance and between surfaces in relative motion. 2. Supplement engine cooling by absorption of frictional heat. To prevent corrosion media, to prevent corrosion of parts, to act as a cooling media. Total lube oil consumption in an engine is the sum of engine lube oil consumption, possible oil leakage in the system, losses in centrifuging, losses during change of oil. A series of different viscosity engine lubrication oil have to be available to cope with the varying design requirement for many type of engine available. Following properties of oil must be considered when making selection. The lubricating oil possesses good oxidation and thermal stability to reduce formation of sludge and carbon deposition. This giving a long travel-free service life to oil before it becomes necessary to have an engine oil change. In order to achieve functionally important properties, certain chemicals known as lubricant additives are used in small but appropriate quantities. Since plain mineral oil cannot perform all desired function, the additives improves lubrication and provides equipments from deposits, rust, corrosion, wear and ill effects of temperature extreme. The engine performance more arduous and heavy duty, it may be necessary to have oil with a detergent dispersant additives. High rated engines tend to accelerate oil breakdown and formation of deposits. The oil with high level of detergent keeps the piston clean and reduce wear and tear rates of piston, ring and cylinder liners, thereby maintaining their performance besides extending their service life. In particular, such additives prevents decomposed product from being deposited on piston rings, grooves, oil paths and other engine parts. In order to improve effect of lubrication, the engine should invariably equipped with following accessories: provision of good oil filtration, in engine is closely associated with long life and maintaining of oil properties. The wear particles taken away by oil must be kept in suspension in the oil together with dispersed decomposition and fuel conversion products until they can remove by the engine oil filtration system. Prior to engine startup, main difficulty is encountered with the engine lubrication as fuel stable oil circulation has not been established. As a good practice, primary pump are used essentially on large engine to ensure adequate flow of lubricant established at startup. Arrangement for preheating of lubricating oil up to 60 to 70 degrees centigrade before startup can reduce warm up period for engine. This would also provide a reduction of about 2 to 4% in brake specific fuel consumption, specifically for engines with large sum capabilities. Top up oil should also be preheated. Use of thermostatically controlled oil heater is recommended for oil heating. Next, periodic testing of oil in the field is essential to know about deterioration of oil properties, and provision of good oil filtration in the engine is closely associated with long life and maintaining of oil property. It is absolutely necessary to change the lube oil as per period specified by the manufacturer when the oil is used for prolonged duration. There is a risk that the lube oil starts to degrade and additives are consumed. The limits are set for various chemical and physical properties on the lube oil to ensure its good quality. Hence, the lube oil should be changed when the condemning limit is reached. Limit for various properties are mentioned below. That is lube oil properties, base number, that is implementation, that is prevent corrosion. It is measured in milligram of KOH, that is potassium hydroxide per gram, and its limit is condemning limit is minimum 15 to 20, that is HFO operation. Insolubles, that is dirt in oil. Implementation. Unit in percentage of mass, maximum 2%. Viscosity increases fuel input, that is centistroke to 100 degrees centigrade. Maximum 25% increases. Water damages bearing, percentage volume, that is maximum 0.3. Flash point evaporation risks in degree centigrade, minimum 170 degree for open cup. Fuel management practice. The fuel used in reciprocating engine are all hydrocarbon based, as they are extracted as byproducts of crude oil. The engines filled with natural gas experience last problem due to gas being the cleanest fuel. The liquid fuel fired in the engines are classified according to the evaporation rate or volatility. The engine are fired with less volatile high speed diesel, light diesel oil, etc. The residual oil, furnace oil, etc. for varying viscosities. And following points relevant to fuel may be paid due attention to get optimum performance from the engine. The diesel fuel quality is controlled in India according with IS 1460 to 1974, which two grades HSD and LDO, the quality of heavy or residual fuel oil is covered under IS 1593-1983. Fuel oils are generally very difficult to vaporize and must be atomized or broken into fine minute droplets in order to achieve desired mixture of air and fuel prior to firing takes place. It is also necessary to control cooking properties and sulfur content in heavy fuel oils to avoid excessive sulfur deposition and corrosion due to sulfur components under adverse conditions. If the fuel oil contains compound of sodium, iron, nickel or vanadium, the adverse effect of this trace metal may be taken into account. Viscosity of fuel plays a major role in optimizing the performance of the engine. If the viscosity is too low or too high, the droplet size, spray pattern, and so the consumption and the fuel efficiency would vary. Too much viscosity introduce an element of excessive wear, whereas too high viscosity results in incomplete combustion beside frictional loss and increased load on fuel pumping system. With viscous oil, it is necessary to reduce the viscosity before they can atomized. This is achieved by preheating of fuel to appropriate temperature to obtain appropriate viscosity at the injector lips. And it is necessary to ensure proper storage and handling of liquid fuel. Dirt and contamination will adversely affect fuel quality. The day tank should have conical bottom with a drain valve or drain pipeline, so that sludge deposit at the bottom would be necessarily removed from the time to time. The engine supply line should be taken from the point above the conical portion. Now, which is very important for an reciprocating engine, that is cooling system practices. The engine cooling system also plays an important role in maintaining the performance, and following are the points. Water cooled engines would work at lower specific fuel consumption with provision of separate and independent cooling water circulation system consisting of cooling tower, cooling water circulation pumps and heat exchangers. The cooling water system should be designed to achieve and maintain difference of 6 to 10 degree in the cooling tower, inlet water and outlet water temperature, which results better fuel efficiency. The raw water should never be used in the engine cooling water system. It is essential to circulate only soft water so as to avoid corrosion and scaling in the pipelines. So, with this, these are the references taken. So, with this, we will concluding this session. Thank you for joining this session.